See, I can't ever put out of my head what has been done these past 2 years on this totally bogus investigation to prove Trump colluded with Russia. That is so big. That is so outrageous. What has been done in these past 2 years, ignoring the real collusion and the real criminality and not even investigating it, planting spies in the Trump campaign, lying to the president about whether he's a target or not, literally trying to set up Trump employees, staffers and so forth, set them up so that they behave in certain ways as to give the impression that Trump is colluding with Russia, that Russia was involved, that somehow that election was illegitimate. That project is still ongoing. It's ongoing in the form of the Mueller investigation. And along that line, George Papadopoulos, who at one time was the guy the FBI told us was the reason this investigation began, George Papadopoulos is now claiming that what he has learned in these past 2 years, he's thinking of withdrawing his plea agreement with Mueller. My point is, how much the deep state wants their government back, we don't even really understand. We think we do, but we don't have any idea. These people have an entitlement to our government, the strings, the levers of power, their positions in it that you and I cannot relate to. We can do our best to try to understand it, but they think they own it. It's theirs. They are scared to death that the actions that I just described, the Mueller, this whole 2-year silent coup, they are hell-bent that none of what they've done ever really see the light of day, that nobody ever find out. And the fastest way to making sure that nobody ever finds out is to make sure the Democrats win control of the House and eventually get the Senate and the White House back. And then everything's cool. The cover-up will continue. Nobody will ever know what really happened. These people who might be facing jail time or other serious criminal problems will be spared. That's another reason why Hillary had to win. And the Mueller investigation, I believe, is an attempt to distract everybody and be a cover-up for the real conspiracy and the real coup and the real collusion that went on. Well, if I believe all of that to be true, and I do, and I know it is true, I have no doubts about it. Those people are capable of anything to get what they want. I have no doubt about it. And I'm sorry, it's not my fault for being suspicious. They have made me suspicious. And all of you, that attempt, this ongoing attempt to destroy Donald Trump, to overturn the election results of 2016, and it was codified, epitomized, if you will, in what they tried to do to Brett Kavanaugh. It's no different. And they aren't going to stop. And I don't need to be told or reminded how fit to be tied, enraged they are over their failure to get rid of Trump. I know their psychology. I know these people in the media, and I know that these Democrats, they are just folks beside themselves that everything they've got in their arsenal of weapons hasn't worked. So given that, this is a sum total of intelligence guided by experience. I'm not going to believe just because I'm told that something happened the way it did. And that's a shame. It's a shame that the highest levels of our government have gotten to the point where distrusting them is a commonsensical thing to do. But they've brought this on. All of these nameless, faceless, anonymous sources with all of this utter BS. Every day for 2 years, New York Times, CNN, intelligence community sources and former American intelligence officials tell the New York Times that blah, 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 blah. Every day. Sometimes, many times a day, for a year. 2 years. Stuff made up out of whole cloth, news stories literally made up, all to advance the agenda of essentially canceling the election results from 2016 and finding a way to get Donald Trump out of office. And the list of people, Democrats, Republicans, moderates, independents, never Trumpers on the conservative side, the whole of the Washington establishment. So here we are 2 weeks before the midterm elections. The Democrats have to win. They have to win it. They've told everybody that the American people are tired of Trump and they want to get rid of him. They realize their mistake. They've been telling everybody there's going to be a blue wave. It's a fait accompli. Nate Silver, 85% chance. 2 weeks out, a bunch of bombs start showing up in places that the media can then say that they are being received by Trump targets. I'm sorry. I didn't fall off the turnip truck ever, and certainly not yesterday. And the world of October surprises, coupled with all the other realities I just exposed, and I think it only makes sense to be suspicious and demanding of proof.